had Caciocavallo.
Well, I think you should tell them. It's a cheese that is produced in the region of Molise. We are in the central southern part of Italy, and we're going to try the cheese of this region. It's called, as she said, Caciocavallo.
Not try though.
No, we're not just going to try it.
Obviously, we're going to try it. But look, there are cows behind us. This is actually where it is produced. And I'm very curious to learn all about it with our guide.
Let's go.
Hi, my name is Francesco. Welcome,
I am
Benedetta.
so excited to be here. Beyond excited to be here.
You're in a special dairy in Agnone. It's a special place in Molise, a special region of Italy.
Of course.
This is a traditional dairy. What does it mean for you, traditional?
Traditional means that you have cows, traditional cows that produce traditional milk.
And traditional cheese?
Traditional
Okay,
cheese.
so to make a traditional cheese means, for me, use just local milk, raw milk, okay? First of all,
Raw
milk, yeah.
local milk.
Yeah, we are using a raw milk, but we need to be sure that we are using a safety milk.
Sure.
So what we do every month, 2 analyses from each farms, and the results of that analysis determine the price of the milk.
Can I ask you something about raw milk?
Yeah.
Why is raw milk cheese better than pasteurized milk cheese?
Maybe because it's richer than a pasteurized milk, richer in bacteria first of all, because you must know that to make cheese we need milk, we need hens, but we need first of all bacteria. And when you remove bacteria with pasteurization, maybe you have a good thing, maybe you are a bad thing. Okay, so we need to be
flavors of what the animals say, and that's beautiful.
You must be sure that I are using a good
yeah,
milk.
of course. So quality
reason,
and safety above everything.
Quality first of all. So for this reason, we do 2 analyses for the quality to prove the quality of this milk. First of all, then we use our hands like main tools. We don't use machine to make cheese. This is so traditional, you know.
That's all by hand.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see this.
But the most important traditional factor of our production are the bacteria. We don't buy bacteria to make cheese, the lactic bacteria. We don't buy it from an industry. We produce ourselves, our bacteria. It's our traditional recipe, familiar recipe, because my grandfather used to use it.
Wow.
And then he passed to my grandfather, and he passed to my father, and nowadays we continue with my 2 sisters, Antonia and Serena. We are using the same whey starter because it's a starter from the whey of yesterday. Okay.
Wow. And so it's always sort of like the
every day it's a
madre.
chain. Yeah, it's the same of lievito madre for the bread.
Wow, that's amazing.
And when you use a whey starter, you have a cheese rich in flavor, with a low level of lactose, but with a short shelf life. Okay. Because our mozzarella, in Agnone, the typical mozzarella is the stracciata, it's a long strip of mozzarella, has a shelf life of just 5 days, but it's normal, okay?
And then you eat it within 5 days.
It's genuine, it's without preservatives, it's rich in bacteria, it means short shelf life.
Okay.
But the other product, the Caciocavallo, with whey starter is another product. Okay. And that's all. Are you ready?
Oh, yes, let's dive into this. I can't wait to
go.
see and mostly taste.
Follow me. Be careful because the floor is wet. Please, come in. This is a middle room. Okay, it's not yet the dairy, the laboratory, this one. These are the Caciocavallos, this strange cheese of the south of Italy. First of all, let's see this side of the wall, because I draw a flow sheet of our production.
That's
okay, because it's very important to know that in Italy the cheese is not the same in all the regions. Okay, so we have different techniques.
Okay.
Do you know how many types of cheese we have in Italy?
No.
More or less 400 types. Okay, it means that we have lots of different techniques. In this part of Italy, center south of Italy, the most important techniques is the stretching curd cheese. It means that we use boiling water at 90 degrees centigrade to stretch the curd to give a shape. Okay. So when do you think about mozzarella, Caciocavallo, scamorze, this cheese with a strange shape is possible because we can mold it with boiling water. That's okay, true. But how is possible? First of all, raw milk, it means same temperature of the cows, 38 degrees centigrade. So in the morning, 6 a.m., let's eat the milk until 38 degrees centigrade. Then we had the whey starter, our recipe of bacteria.
That famous recipe, yes.
From the whey of yesterday. And then we had the rennet. The rennet is the magical powder that determines the curdling of the milk. What does it mean, curdling? That the milk changes the shape, okay? It passes from a liquid shape to a gel, okay? So with this two, we call it spino or frangicagliata. We break this gel and we have the separation of the milk in two phases. The curd is the solid phase that goes down, and the whey is the liquid phase that goes up. Okay. So with the whey, we use it a little part to make the whey starter for the next day. The most part of the whey is used to make the fresh ricotta. We recook the whey and we have the ricotta.
That's true. That is actually true, because you may not know that ricotta, which in Italian means recooked, is actually a byproduct of cheese making. You have to reheat the whey, and then, as I say, it snows backwards.
Goes up.
Yes.
Yeah. Because all the whey proteins are cooked over 80 degrees centigrade, so they goes up, and we catch the ricotta.
Catch these flakes.
With the curd, we use it to make cheese, but stretch the curd is impossible without bacteria. What do you smell here, Valeria? It's sour.
A little bit.
Okay, it's normal. Because bacteria are working for me. What does it mean? They are using the lactose, the sugar of the milk, and releasing the lactic acid. So they are making the fermentation. Okay. It's very important because without fermentation, is it possible to stretch the curd? We need the fermentation of that bacteria to stretch the curd. Because when you think about the curd, you have to think about a little bowl, a net bowl with a lot of links. With the fermentation, with the acidification, some of these links are break, and then it's possible to stretch it, to melt and stretch it. What does it mean? We need to wait 1 hour, 1 hour and a half to make a mozzarella, 1 hour of acidification. For Caciocavallo, 3 hours of acidification. After these 3 hours, it's possible to stretch. How we can see when it's ready or not, the curd? We do a special test without pH meter, just using my hands. So this is the role of the cheese master, to see when the curd is ready. We do this test, and when the curd is ready, we can stretch it. So now I'm showing you this test and then a stretching step.
Wonderful. So it's all by experience.
This is our big kitchen. You know?
Big kitchen. I like this big kitchen.
Because we made a Caciocavallo in artisanal way. It means in a big kitchen using hands. But what does it mean? Follow me. This is the curd.
Ooh,
beautiful. It has this shape. Do you want to test it?
Yes.
Of course. Let's taste.
See, the curd is broken down into tiny, tiny little pieces.
But what do you feel?
It's squeaky.
Yeah, squeaky.
Very squeaky.
I don't like it, okay?
It's not.
It's just
it
a little
like
bit.
Hard milk.
Yeah, it's just a little bit sweet, just a little bit sour.
No, it's a little bit sweet. It's squeaky. It doesn't have any.
Yeah, it's like a primo sale.
A primo sale, yeah.
Okay, I don't like it. Okay, it's a secret. I don't like it.
Okay, let's not say anything. But it's squeaky. It's like.
How we see when the curd is ready or not? Let's use this spoon, wood spoon of my grandfather. Okay, let's take this part of the curd. Boiling water, 90 degrees. Touch my finger.
I can put it in here. It's hot, very hot.
So, let's see. Spoiler, it's possible to stretch it because we are using it, okay? But when we are waiting for, we have to prove it in this way.
I'm going to say something very ignorant. It's sort of like chewing gum.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Look.
So it's possible to stretch. And when the curd is ready, if I do this, I can change the shape in this way.
Chet, you put your hands in boiling
of
hot
course.
water. I mean, why not?
When I was 6, I made my first mozzarella here when I was 6. Now I am 30.
So you've had a lot of experience with boiling hot water.
We cook our hand here, and then it's possible.
Certo.
Okay, I have.
That's okay.
We have hard hands.
Yeah,
Touch
no
my
problem.
hand.
Sì, no, va bene. Handmade.
What do you prefer? A scamorza?
Yeah.
A scamorza?
Sì, sure.
I make a scamorza or a mozzarellina?
Let's do a mozzarella.
Okay. Scamorza.
Yes.
Scamorzina.
No, vabbè, che meraviglia.
But I want to play again with it.
Cioè, you must have so much fun doing this.
Yeah.
Cioè, it's like playing with Play-Doh.
Yeah.
You play and you start pongo, tira molto.
Yeah, but during the summertime it's too hot. This
no,
room.
I understand.
It's not a playroom.
No, but still.
Let's see. When the curd is ready, it's possible to shred without breaks. Okay. You can play.
Look at that.
That's all. This is for you, Benedetta. Okay.
Thank you.
Let's
I'm taking this.
taste
I mean,
it.
I'm
Yeah,
really
of
going
course
to take
it's yours.
it.
But
look how beautiful this braid is.
let's
and it's nice
taste
and
it.
warm.
Let's taste it.
Should I taste it?
Yeah, of course, this one.
Ah, okay.
You,
I would have tasted it.
you have to find some difference from the
Okay, perfetto. Always smell, because that's important.
Have you ever made bread from lievito madre?
No.
No, never. Okay. Because the smell is quite similar to a lievito madre. Okay.
So, you know, I've eaten it, but
Okay.
but never made it. The flavor is completely different. It is completely different. It is.
It's not a matter of hot water. Okay.
No.
It's a matter of fermentation. It's a matter of biochemistry by bacteria.
See,
Okay.
it tastes milky. It tastes smooth. It doesn't. It's incredible.
I like it.
See, I like it. I
like
guess
this
I
one.
like it.
But it's not yet a cheese, you know?
No.
What you can feel here.
That it is not salty.
Yeah, of course, because the process is boiling water to stretch it, to give it shape, cold water to cooling down the product, and then the brine is the last step, okay?
So this is put, you see, this is something important. You don't
hot
add
water.
salt
No,
to...
no, no, no,
You
no.
see, you don't add
hot
salt.
water,
to
cold water, brine, last
Brine.
step, okay?
Yes.
So now I must
Okay.
to show you
Yes.
the Caciocavallo of Agnone,
Of
because
course.
here in Agnone,
Of course.
I have to make it.
Okay. Okay.
Follow me.
I'm taking this. I'm going to put this here, but I'm going to pick it up after. Okay? It's mine.
Cold water, it's yours. Okay. So Valeria, we are making the Caciocavallo of Agnone. We have this big pagnotta. Okay.
This big, sort of like a big piece of cheese.
Okay.
Big loaf
So,
of cheese.
Now we stretch it this way. Carlo is stretching the curd.
Wow. And you still use the wooden,
Yeah,
traditional wooden
because
tools?
we are making a traditional product. The Caciocavallo of Agnone is a PAT. It's a traditional food product, prodotto agroalimentare tradizionale of Regione Molise. So we can use it, these wood tools, from this long strip.
And you Each ball will become a caciocavallo,
Yeah.
so you know by experience,
The experience.
when to stop rolling. Wow.
So, this is the body of the Caciocavallo. Let's start.
Let's start. Because you all have to work it very quickly because then it hardens and can you go back and put it in the hot water?
Yeah.
Okay.
We use the hot
Okay.
water.
And you were saying that there is just 1 point of filatura,
Of card,
point
of stretch. The stretching point of every card is just one. It's very important to do the test with the wood spoon. Yeah.
Okay.
For each curd to find the right point because it's just one.
And
When the
that's-
curd is ready, you have to be quickly to pour off from the whey because a long fermentation make the curd softer. Okay, we need to have a right curd to make. So this is the body of Caciocavallo. We have to make the heads of the Caciocavallo, and we do this. We cut off this part this way, and then so this is the personal signature of every cheese maker.
Okay.
This one.
Now, but why does the caciocavallo have the little head on it?
Because the Caciocavallo in Italian language means cacio, cheese, horse cheese, Caciocavallo, horse cheese, but it's just, in Italian language we used to say a cavallo, hang on, you know, hang on. So this is the signature, okay, and this is the head. So with the head, we hang on a stick this cheese. So for this reason,
have the
it's a
neck.
cheese, yeah, of course, it's a cheese, hang on, cacio a cavallo, hang on a stick. Okay, that ride a stick. Let's put in cold water, and then we wait, and then we use this rope to hang on. That's all. And then the brine is the last step. Different cheese means different time in brine. What does it mean? We make a mozzarella, a long strip, and the time in brine is just few seconds. Okay.
Okay.
We make the scamorza, the little cheese, and the time in brine is 20 minutes. We make a Caciocavallo, and the time in brine is 20 hours. Because the Caciocavallo is the only cheese that after the brine is impossible to solve. It needs a long period of drying step, aging step. Okay.
Okay, so in those 20 hours, the salt
Goes
goes into the heart of
by
the
osmosis,
cheese.
come
Yes.
in until the heart of the Caciocavallo, and then it's possible to have a drying step and a maturation step and an aging step. Okay, it's very important because it's the only preservatives that we add to the cheese.
Because
Okay.
yes, salt is
It's a preservative. It's a
of food.
natural preservative.
Yeah.
In
In
the
pers-
ancient
Yeah.
Roman used to pay the soldiers by salt, and for this reason, in Italy we used to say salario.
Salary.
Salary.
And
Yeah.
if you think there are other very important Italian products like prosciutto,
Yeah.
crudo, salami, cheese. So salt is very important.
That is what is so amazing, traveling through the various regions of Italy, because every region has its culture, its tradition, things that belong to the territory, the flavors, the aromas, the smell, the traditions. It's just wonderful. And we're very blessed country.
I show you a special trick of my grandfather. I want to change shape
Okay,
of this mozzarella in a little beard.
okay.
Una colombina.
Che bello.
A dove.
Dove, a
Giusto.
dove, yes, a dove.
And this is our dove.
No, vabbè.
Okay.
You can get so creative. That is so. Look at the dove.
So,
made with cheese. I mean, how wonderful is that?
and this is for you.
Thank you.
Stop. Sorry, just a second. I wanted to tell you that if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, Local Aromas, do it now. There's so many things that we're working on, so many videos about Italy that I know that you do not want to miss. So subscribe now.
After the brine step, we need a drying step of more or less 10 days.
Okay.
During summertime is 1 week. During winter time, maybe it's 12 days. Then we put the Caciocavallo in a first cave where the moisture is very low, the level of moisture is very low. And there, the Caciocavallo, after 1 month of maturation, is ready to be sold.
Okay.
Like a young one, a mid-seasoned, semi-stagionato.
Semi-stagionato.
Yeah.
After 1 month,
1
in
month,
this first cave.
In a first cave where
And-
the moisture is low.
And can you age it more?
Yeah, of course. If we want to give a stronger flavor, after 2 months, if we want to give a stronger flavor, we put in a second cave where the level of the moisture is higher than a first one, and where we have other microorganisms.
Okay.
Okay.
And so 2 months would be the most that you age a Caciocavallo.
And from 2 months in the second cave, we put for an aging step from 4 months to 1 year, 1 and a half. We have to wait, okay?
So that must be a very intense
2
cheese.
plus 4, okay?
Okay.
Or plus 15 months.
15?
Okay, yeah.
Now this is the second.
Second cave.
Okay.
Please come in and smell. What do you smell here?
I smell the aging.
It means mold?
Mold.
Okay.
I wanted to use a nice word. I don't know if mold
No,
is an
no, no,
offensive
but
word.
it's not a bad thing here, okay? When you think about mold, you think about mold in your house or on the fruits, and they are very dangerous, okay? But in a cave of cheese that is not Parmigiano Reggiano or a cave of salami, these mold are very important for the flavor making process because the bacteria of the whey starter first and the mold in second time, they use the elements of the cheese. Think about the Caciocavallo like an house, okay, with the blocks and the glue, il cemento, come si dice cemento?
The cement.
Okay. You have to think about proteins and fats, okay? So, bacteria first and mold in second time, they use the proteins and fats to grow up.
Okay.
But they are releasing, during this growing up process, they are releasing little compounds very important for the flavor. So think about proteins and fats like long chain of molecules, okay?
Okay.
The bacteria and the molds to grow up needs to break down this chain, and during this breakdown they release little chain, and that chain are the molecules of the flavor. Okay. So longer is the period in this maturation step, maturation room, more are the molecules released by this breakdown, richer is the cheese in flavor.
Okay.
Okay, do myself clear?
Yes, and it's actually cold. How cold is it? What's the temperature?
14
14.
centigrade.
What I love is like 2 words that are not very cool when you think about food, which is bacteria and mold, are actually the most important friends of good quality.
Because we used to think about bacteria like a bad thing.
Right.
But it's not this. When you think about food, it's chemistry and bacteria.
Right.
Bread, cheese, wine.
Right.
That's all.
This is history.
This is history. See.
Look at the, wow, I mean, incredible. Tell us all about it. This is such a beautiful place.
Thank you, Benedetta. So this space was conceived by our father as a space where the story of the family and the company could be told. And obviously our story is intertwined with this incredible phenomenon that was transumanza. Transumanza was the seasonal moving of cattle and sheep from the mountains of Abruzzo and Molise down to Apulia, down to the flats of Apulia.
Okay.
And this moving was necessary in order to feed the animals. That's the main purpose. And it was a necessity to feed the animals, because obviously now things are a little bit changing, but you know, up to 50 years ago, during January, February, it was very cold, snowy, so there was no way to feed the animals.
But they just walked.
They walked down grassy highways that were called tratturi, so highways, just like, you know, autostrade.
Okay, but just pure grass. And how far is it walking from here to Puglia? Because it seems it's pretty far.
It's 300, 400 kilometers.
Wow,
that's
a long trip.
That's a long trip. Crossing rivers and, you know, taking care of the animals every day, milking the animals, making cheese, you know, during the journey.
Of course, I mean.
Very difficult.
And this happened every year?
Every year. They used to leave in September and, you know, the other way around in May, June, they used to come back up in the mountains.
And so now I understand why everything is so small, because it had to be.
Bravissima.
You had to carry all this stuff.
You had to carry all the stuff.
Yeah, you're not going to go around with huge containers, and that makes sense.
Absolutely. So very poor, light tools that they were made mainly by the shepherds, especially the wooden tools.
Cheese production on the go.
Cheese production on the go.
Yeah, but it makes sense. I mean, I was looking. Can I pick this up?
Of course.
Chad, this is what is used to break the curd. I mean, look at this. You made by wood. I mean, this is genius. Look at this.
Yes, they had to be very, very clever. The poor shepherds from the 1600 down to my great-grandfather, who was the very last member of a family who practiced transumanza. This line was never interrupted. So all of our ancestors were shepherds practicing transumanza and, of course, making cheese on the go.
On the go, of course.
Well, I'm pretty sure you noticed that we still use some of the wooden tools. So just like Francesco was telling you, obviously now we have the stainless steel tanks, plastic tanks, but the core of the production is still very
genuine.
Well, let's not tell Benny that we're here.
Why?
So I can eat. There she is. Now comes the moment of the tasting. Okay, I think we have a plan.
Yes, 5 cheeses. The first cheese that has to be tasted is, of course, the fresh one. Super fresh, nice, milky stracciata. That literally means stretchy.
Okay.
And it's a thread of mozzarella.
And this liquid is
Milk.
the milk of, stracciata.
My great-grandfather learned how to make this cheese in Apulia, practicing transumanza, of course.
And it's so soft. It's not, I was expecting it to be like chewy or sort of like mozzarella, but it's very soft. And I know this is not very elegant, but the scarpetta here.
This is the best compliment.
Right?
You know, the best.
The best compliment for, yes. La scarpetta is just like, I'm not going to waste the milky liquid.
Okay, Valeria, I think it's time to proceed.
Smell it, because that's what my sister told me. Yes, and it smells like, well, it smells like milk. My technical analysis.
It's very soft.
Yes.
If you touch it and you break it, very soft. 2-month-old Caciocavallo.
Oh, I was supposed to show you. 2-month-old Caciocavallo. And it's got these little holes.
It's a characteristic of Caciocavallo, especially during this period. It's due to the bacteria that are inside the milk. Of course, the hot period, we're in the summer, so this fermentation is very intense, especially during this period. They create these little holes. They're characteristic, typical.
And you eat everything, because I see a lot of people throw away the, how do you call them? The crust, the skin?
The crust.
Yes.
It's eatable, the best part.
Yes, I agree. I'm ready for the next.
Scamorza. It's like the little cousin of Caciocavallo. This one with the red dots is a special one with this sweet pepper, typical of Abruzzi, peperone dolce di Altino. So a very special flavor.
I want to show you before I eat it all.
Again, you can eat the rind, no problem. It's very, it's soft, delicate compared to the other.
Yes.
We make this cheese to celebrate the marriage that ended up in a divorce. So we used to be one region together with Abruzzi. And then in 1963, we decided to split up. But we still feel a lot of affection towards, Abruzzi and Abruzzese influence.
Of course.
Now it's time for the aged Caciocavallo.
That I was going to say. This looks a little aged. So remember when we went in the room and you had all the Caciocavallo hanging with the mold? This is where it comes from.
So 7-month-old.
And you see, I mean, it's not as soft as before. The flavor changes completely. Spicy is not the right word, but it's spicy. How would you call it?
I was told that the technical word is tangy, but I don't know if...
But that's the flavor. We're missing this one.
Again, scamorza with black dots. It's not mold this time.
I recognize the black dots. And what do you think this is?
It's a secret ingredient.
Truffle. Wow.
It's intense, but at the same time delicate, not covering
Exactly.
the cheese, the flavor of the cheese. This letter comes from Detroit. Was written by this man, his name was Antonino Micischia. He was from Agnone, and he was the brother of a very dear friend of my nonno.
Okay.
So his name was Augusto. One day he came to the shop and he was like, Antonio, tu mi devi aiutare, I need your help.
Okay.
Because I want to ship the suppressata, the salami, to my brother that lives in Detroit. It's absolutely forbidden. So I was thinking, why don't you hide the salami in the cheese?
That is only an Italian could have thought of something like that.
You said that.
It's true. We are very creative. We can't beat them, we cheat. That's beautiful.
Anthony received the mail, received the cheese with the salami, and wrote this letter to thank his brother. Do you want me to open to cut the cheese?
Well, of course. So it's an entire salami.
Yes, it's an entire salami.
Oh, this is pure genius. Can I say this is genius? All you need is a little glass of wine in the center, and then we're all set. We have cheese, salami.
My nonno was, very confident because he used to make a product, a cheese that we still make that is called manteca. It's a ball of butter in the cheese. So he was like, okay, I can do this. I can stretch the curd and, create this envelope for the suppressata. And, this story was basically secret.
Well, I can imagine. This is contrabbando. This is
contrabbando.
Yes.
So nonno had to confess this crime.
It's a crime. This is a crime, a delicious crime. And so this is something that you produce?
We still make cacio salame.
Cacio salame. And I think that, exactly, I was going to say, I think we should try it.
Prego, Benedetta, deliziati, cara.
Grazie.
Enjoy.
Grazie. Look at that. Because you smell the salami and you smell the cheese and it's just like, oh, what the hell is happening here? No, cioè, this is, I have never seen or tasted this. Buonissimo. Look, there's a finger here that wants. Well, what can we say, cioè, other than thank you?
No, thank you. It's been an immense pleasure.
No, this was discovering such history. I mean, this is pure history.
Thank you.
And an incredible product, and this was...
I'll keep on talking.
I say that what started out as we have no idea what we're talking about this morning, I think that mission completely accomplished.